Welcome back to Down the Track. And Test cricket is the best format, is the best sport, it's the best everything. But yeah, welcome down the track. We're reviewing the second test between India and England at Lords. I have with me my co-host Abrar Aziz. What a test match, man! Goes down to the wire, topsy turvy. Going to day five, I said yesterday that England are favorites, but the complete opposite happened. I thought worst case scenario, India probably lose by maybe 1 or 2 wickets or something like that. But they won the game. Unbelievable. Your initial thoughts?
I mean, it was incredible. I mean, it's just a perfect spectacle for Test cricket. First of all, we had two close games in 2 days, and
Yeah.
when the games get close in Test match cricket, there's nothing like it. I mean, with the way the pressure on the pressure on the batsman to be able to finish it off, and I always there's a lot of talk about cricket being a batsman's game, but tell that to the batsman who's playing on day five on a Test match cricket at any pitch in the world. That's when it's a bowler's game. That's when it's interesting. That's when it gets that exciting. This was a perfect performance by India. We have criticized India in the past, but there's absolutely no reason to do that right now. They have turned it around. They have really the points that we were criticizing them on. It came good for them today. So we have to give them credit. It's a one-off. Let's not get too carried away. But at this point in time, it is absolutely imperative that we give them 100% credit. Well done to Team India. Well done to Virat Kohli. I think everything he did was perfect in this Test match. There were a lot of criticism not playing Ashwin. Worked out in the end because he won the game. Everything is great. There are still things they can improve on, and that's going to happen in Test match 3, 4, and 5. But as of right now, perfect. Just very very happy to see this Indian side perform the way they did, the way they did after having their backs against the wall.
Mohammad Shami and Jasprit Bumrah reminded me of Lakshman and Dravid. Did you see that meme?
Yeah,
Unbelievable. If I told you that Shami is going to hit a 50 and Bumrah is going to 30,
I
what
would
do you think I
laugh
would be? You'd be thinking I'm smoking something. Unbelievable.
Absolutely, I would laugh at you. I mean, when I saw that, I was like, "What is going on?" And it's just man, that was.
Smashing him for sixes like a mid wicket, deep mid wicket, killing it.
I mean, definitely, there was tactically, England was tactically off, no doubt about that. But even then, to be able to go out there and perform the way they did and score the 90 odd runs that their partnership was, or 56 and 34, we've seen these last 3 or 4 Indian batsmen get out for 5 runs, 3 runs together. To culminate it together, they accumulate score of 8, 10 runs amongst the 3, 4 of them. To see them score 90 runs as 56 from Shami and 34 from Bumrah was just beautiful to see. We didn't need number 11. Suraj didn't need to come on. They declared. So it was just amazing. I was just very
Yeah.
happy, I mean, it's good that they went out there. They knew that was an issue. The lower order was not performing. So and Virat said in the press conference as well. He said, in the post match conference as well. He said that boys have been working hard. The batting coach has been working with them. That's exactly what you want. You need to be open to criticism and you need to improve that. And as long as you're doing this, which is what they did, hats off to them, man. They worked hard and they deserve this win 100%.
And from the England point of view, that session, that's I think where they lost the game, like or like put themselves on the back foot because they should be winning. They should have been going for the win in this test match, and immediately because of that partnership, they're on the back foot. They were playing for survival. So where do you think Joe Root made a mistake? He owned up to it. He said even though he scored 100, 180, he's batting. He looks like he's the best batsman right now on current form in the world. But to come up in the press conference and say it was my fault, where do you think he went wrong?
I'm very happy that he takes the responsibility. I mean, although he doesn't get a backing of the board, he doesn't get the players he wants. There's
Yeah.
a lot of issues, there's a lot of injuries, everything. But I'm glad that he's coming up and taking the responsibility and not just throwing anyone else under the bus. But I genuinely believe yes, it was surprising tactics. They didn't bowl enough of Jimmy Anderson, who's probably, I mean, he is the best bowler in the world. He's the fastest. He's the only fast bowler in the 600 range that has taken taken wickets in more than 600 wickets and stuff like that. He's an absolute legend. He should have bowled a little bit more. And then I think that the day before when Bumrah got into their skin by giving bowling those no balls and giving those shorter ones to Jimmy Anderson. So Jimmy Anderson and the England team kind of just went off a little bit and they tried the similar kind of tactics with him, which was unnecessary because Bumrah was able to get out of that and when he was getting a bad ball he was able to score. But they completely lost their lines and lengths. I mean, I feel like if you would have given the responsibility for one guy, maybe a Mark Wood to just go at him and one over, on the other over you need some some proper line and length bowling, which we didn't see at all, and having Moin Ali bowl consecutive overs over there also, it kind of just broke the deadlock, those fours and sixes that Shami was able to score, and that really changed things around for them, so that they get that confidence and be able to score the 298 that we eventually did end up scoring. There was definitely something wrong over there. There's something that he will have to look at. I don't think that was the only reason they lost the game, but that was a big factor in there.
And do you feel the pitch, was it battable, or do you think day 5 was always going to be tough? Bumrah and Shami made it look like a day 1 pitch, but whereas when England were batting, it didn't look as easy as you thought it would be.
There was a lot of comments on Twitter and everywhere else as well. It's the same pitch. It's just better bowling. The bowling was better, and when your backs are against the wall, it's not easy to survive.
You know why I got confused about the pitch? Because I think it was Atherton or someone said, or was it David Lloyd? I'm not sure. Don't misquote me, but one of them said that it's a tough pitch to score runs on, but you can survive on it. But Shami and Bumrah scored on it as well, so it's very difficult to decide. I just felt that it was a type of pitch where there's always something in it for the bowlers, but you have to be patient.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. They had 60 overs, and honestly, if Shami and Bumrah wouldn't have gotten those 2 wickets early on, I really think that this game would have ended up in a draw. I just feel like that momentum with which they went in, the confidence that they were with the bat, it just kind of steamrolled down into the bowling also, and they got 2 quick wickets. And I think all 4 of them were fantabulous. And I keep saying about the fact that Ashwin is missing. I still think that Ashwin would have been a very, very valuable addition in this team. But it's going to be very difficult now to drop any of these 4 guys, because all 4 of them have bowled very, very well. And hats off to them. It's going to be a tough decision, but these are the decisions. These are the kind of decisions that you want to have. It's a good headache to have, versus having everyone injured and play with the whatever you can have.
That's the thing. Virat Kohli is a high risk captain in that sense in terms of selection. I mean, aggressive wise, I don't think his tactics are kind of defensive, because if you saw when they declared at lunch, I would have declared 20-30 runs before. In hindsight, you can say whatever you want, but what your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think that Virat wanted to, like you said, tactically, he wanted to save the game. He wanted England win out of the picture, and then he could go for the win. And I mean, if you can do this consistently, there's no denying the fact that you're you have to give him credit. This is Virat Kohli's team. He has backed these bowlers. He has backed Siraj. Not a lot of people backed Siraj. He has backed Siraj. He's brought in these fast bowlers in, and he's given them the time to develop into the kind of players that they are. Ishant Sharma has been backed. Siraj, Bumrah, Shami. These guys have been backed, even though it's not been easy on them. It's been a lot of workload, but I think they've managed it well. They've understood all of that stuff. The likes of the batting unit as well. Slowly but surely starting to there are issues, no doubt, but they are starting to show that kind of grit that we expect to come from them, the experienced guys. The Pujara and Rahane innings was very, very important, because if that 56 for 3, one of them gets out early, and that's it. That was a game would have been lost over there. But to add those 120 runs for them also was nice. So it was a very collective team effort. I feel like everyone, the bowlers, the batsmen, everyone put in their all. KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma set up the 2 platform in the first innings, except for Virat Kohli. Everyone else, but you have to admit that he was the captain that got them home as well. So
I mean, either the spotlight is going to be on him. They'll want him to score some runs as well, 100%. And I think you made a really good point about Rahane and Pujara, because they were under a lot of criticism, and I felt that the first innings they should have done much better. That's where India let it slip. But I think to absorb that much pressure and keep them in the game, I think fantastic. To be very honest with you, I felt that 200 was enough on the board. I know now it's very easy to say whatever you want to, but I felt that 200 to 210 was enough. But I didn't think we'll get there. I thought we'll get out for 160, 170. And even then, I think India could have given it a tough fight, right? Because it was getting a bit harder to bat on, you could see. But 270, that's the thing. Then you're playing with time. And then 10 overs to go. What were you feeling? But 3 wickets left. Butler still there. But let me get to before that, Virat Kohli's drop catch. Your thoughts on that?
I just so the Rohit Sharma dropped one earlier as well, and I was very upset with that. But Virat's was an easy chance. You expect them give the kind of he's a passionate cricketer, and you've seen him go ball out on people who drop catches and stuff like that. So for him to do that, it just didn't make sense to me. And he's been dropping a few. He's got to be a little careful over there. But I honestly thought that was where we lost the match, because it was going very well, Even
30 overs left when he dropped him.
Even Root had gone, but even then, it was going well for them. Moeen Ali was kind of settling in. They at that time, obviously, they had Sam Curran coming in after. Obviously, you didn't expect him to get a king pair, and the likes of Wally Robinson as well. He's also a good batsman, and he showed. Unless apart from the fact that Bumrah was miracle bowler. Bumrah, he bowled the short stuff in, and then he just bowled this slower ball delivery in line.
What a setup!
Perfect, man. This is the Test cricket. This is why you love to watch cricket. It's just beautiful to see all that short stuff, and then just set the batsman up like that. Ooh, fire.
Are we changing Dhoni review system to Virat review system? He's getting a few right. He's getting a few right now. Apart from the Siraj ones, he's getting the others right.
Yeah, I mean, he got 2 right this today as well. So a couple of.
So Robinson was huge, and I think what was the one before that? The one Ishant Sharma bowled, that was big as well.
Was it Johnny Bairstow?
Yeah, those are huge reviews.
Yeah, pretty big reviews, especially that going into tea with Johnny in the hut was important. I feel like the 4 wickets they would have gone. There's just a little bit more confidence going in. But yeah, I think the Ishant wicket I was a lot more confident of. I just didn't feel like coming around the wicket to be able to pitch it in line. I just didn't feel that I was pitching in line. But luckily enough, if you remember, he asked him. He's like, "Beach mein gira," and as soon as he said "beach mein gira," it was like, what, he hasn't had on it. But yeah, I think it was beautiful to see that. Just everything about this match was very, very good from start to finish. There was criticism about the team. There was criticism about his DRS reviews. There was criticism about Pujara and Rahane. There was criticism about overrates. Everything, they just make everything clear. This was like a near perfect performance, from the team, which is beautiful and heartwarming to see.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And for it to go in the last 10 overs of the game, I think it's a brilliant advert for Test cricket. The crowd was there; they were into it. It was really good to see that. For me, Virat Kohli is just I've said it a lot, but he's just box office. Like he'll continue to make mistakes. He's not in form, but the camera is still on him. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on, but the camera is still on him. So he gets that energy to Test cricket. But yes, of course, it's good to see. As Indian fans, it's really good to see a win like that, and Test cricket fans in general as well. For England, what do you look at? They have a lot of injuries. The Root is doing as much as he can, but again, there's too much dependency on him with the bat.
Absolutely, I think it's just unfair. It's so hard that there are injuries. Yes, the likes of Ben Stokes would have obviously added value to this team. Of course, Ben Stokes is going through some other issues, but I can't believe Rory Burns has been struggling. Dom Sibley, I don't remember except for that one innings in back in 2018 or 19 whenever they played. He hasn't been scoring consistent runs. I understand that you're giving him chance after chance, but I think at some point there has to be some questioning. I was thinking, where is Wally Pop? He's a proper batsman. He's a good English batsman. I don't know where he's at. Try him in the middle order. Bring Hasib. He's your natural opener. Bring him up the order. Keep him as an opener. Play Johnny at 3 and play Ollie Pope at 5. That gives you a little bit more batting depth as well. And then the rest of the team is same. I mean, of course, Butler and Ali will give you good, decent enough batting at 6, 7, and Ollie Robinson looks a perfect number 8. And the 9, 10, 11 you don't really care about. But at least that's something like that. You need. I can't believe that he's not been given the resources to perform against one of the most difficult sides. This is a proper solid Indian side that has been performing well. Yes, inconsistent, but whenever they perform well. So I just don't understand how he can't be given the resources. I think something is really wrong with this English side in terms of just setting up their teams, and a little bit more has to be done to if they want to challenge. The Ashes are coming up as well. They have a lot at stake. They can't keep performing like this. And the top order, I don't remember the last time a top order scored a 100-run partnership. None of them have ever done it. It's just been Root has been time and again saving them. Sometimes they do get saved, sometimes not really. So it's just been an unfortunate mess right now for them, especially in their batting unit.
Yep. Your man of the match, KL Rahul, was the man of the match, but your man of the match, the guy who you think would be at the game.
I know your man of the match. Kind of have to agree with you. I mean, that's where it really changed, right? Mohammad Shami, I think with the I think as in terms of setting up the platform, I think KL Rahul was a very good choice. I do believe that Siraj's 8 wickets were very, very important as well. I think just to be able to be in that position to get 4 in the first, 4 in the second, he's been phenomenal. He's been a true find for Indian cricket over the past 6-8 months, and it's just been beautiful to see him. grow leaps and bounds. You saw him in Australia, where he was leading the charge, and you saw him in England now with the three senior bowlers with him, and he's still being able to put a mark out there. I just hope that he calms down uh, uh, on his celebrations a little bit. All this shoo and all that. You don't really need to do all that.
I love it.
You you've been doing well. You've been doing well. You don't have to shoo anybody. Everyone knows you've been performing.
You know what the thing is though. I'll tell you something. I think like us the Indians are a bit more like emotional and stuff. They show it very clearly. The England guys, they take it out very cleverly. Like they will also swear, they'll also do it, but they have a straight face, so you can't really tell. You can't really tell what they're doing. So I think it's the way it's portrayed. But yeah, you're right. I think like even if Virat Kohli is calming you down, that means that you need to calm down a bit. I think that's 100% that's there. But just the fact that like in 2013-14 he was playing in the same league that you were playing, like a corporate league in Hyderabad, and then now he's from there he won Ranji Trophy, IPL, and now playing for India. It's been a amazing journey.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's not go too much into my corporate cricketing. That was a total mishap. But congratulations to him, man. He was at it. It wasn't easy for him. He was coming in from very humble backgrounds. There was a lot at stake for him. So be able to perform like this, even in Australia. Unfortunately, he lost his father. To decide to stay back and not go there. I mean, just that's the story of the ages. To get a big contract in the IPL, and then to be playing with Virat Kohli and stuff like that, left, right, and center, and then to be able to prove your name as a top bowler in Test match cricket is commendable, and I hope for more stories like this in Indian cricket.
Yeah, 100%. A brilliant story, brilliant test match. I really enjoyed it. First the Gabba and now this. Even the Sabina Park test match between West Indies and Pakistan, that was absolutely brilliant as well. Test cricket, especially when it goes to the last hour of any test match, it's unbelievable to watch. It's a test of skill, patience.
Yeah, absolutely. Even like I said, just in the beginning of the pod as well. Two very very good last day pitch. I mean, of course, the Pakistan West Indies was day 4 because we didn't lose that time. But either way, there was a slightly lower scoring match. But it went into the last. It wasn't like they had enough time on the day 5. It was going to be a result irrespective. It was either 10 runs to win, 1 wicket and go. It was so close to see that, and the drama over there. And West Indies were able to, at their number 10 and 11 were able to rescue them. On the other hand, over here, almost going last over and about 8 overs left only after this. So it's another beautiful performance. Just very, very heartwarming to see. I just hope Test cricket is there till I die. After that, if they want to export it, I don't mind. But at least I hope to keep seeing Test cricket for the next few decades at least.
No, 100%. I think the way we saw the last 2 games is just unbelievable, and you get to see everything, right? All the emotion, drama, and I think it's like a life experience for people playing as well. Like you have to be patient, you have to tolerate, you have to do a lot of things. So I think great, and it's, one thing is also the more mistakes you make, the closer the game gets. The more drop catches there are, the closer the game gets. So it's not a perfect game. There are 2 very good sides who are not perfect. Both sides are making mistakes in this series, but it's about who capitalizes on those mistakes. India have done it so far. Let's see how test 3 third test. Let's see how that goes. But until then, enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your week, and hopefully I'll catch you before the 3rd test.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, can't wait. Take care, and thank you so much for joining me, man.
You as well.